Hi there, folks. My name's NovaWrap24, and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings-on from the week that was. Here we are on Sunday, the 3rd of October 2021, for another exciting episode as we jump straight into the new releases this week with aircraft releases for Microsoft Flight Simulator, starting with the P38 Lightning from Flying Iron Simulations. So the P38 was a twin-engined, twin-tailed fighter bomber that operated during the Second World War and would see service post-war as well, and is very iconic for its design with its two Allison engines at the front and its, as I said, its twin-tail design. Now, this highly detailed rendition of the aircraft comes to us from Flying Iron Simulations, who previously have mastered the aircraft for X-Plane 11. But have recreated it in Microsoft Flight Simulator, much as they did with their earlier release of the Spitfire Mark 9. So this gives us a high-quality 3D model, both internally and externally, with a custom high-detail texture sets throughout, including 9 highly detailed historic liveries included as well. Includes custom detailed extensive simulations of all the Lightning systems, including code-driven replications of the Lightning's fuel, engine, cooling, and electrical systems, and a full, accurate engine startup modeling and operations system sets as well. So be careful when you are doing your cold and dark starts. Includes custom heat and thermodynamics modeling as well, with extensive engine management as well. As well as the modeling of the external, it also includes external models of drop tanks, which are removable as well. You can drop them, though it is just a remove animation. And along with all the custom period gauges as well, it does include a hidden optional modern GNS 430 GPS unit as well. Includes a custom inclusion of Flying Iron's user interface tablet as well, which gives you a variety of different GUI interfaces for various different options for the aircraft as well. And you pick this one up for $32 or your original equivalent, available now from Flying Iron Simulations. In another classic aircraft release this week from Microsoft Flight Simulator, came out from Microsoft and developer Oliver Edmund Moser, or Ollie X Sims, as he was previously known as well as his X-Plane days. So this week was the release of the Yonkers Ju-52. Now, this was originally supposed to be released alongside the World Update of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, but was delayed to give us a bit more polish to the aircraft. And it's been released to us, giving us a highly detailed rendition of the aircraft, including a highly accurate 3D model, both internally and externally, across a variety of different aircraft. So he's got the original 1939 cockpit version for the wheeled variant, a ski variant, and a float variant as well. Want to stress, not an amphibious and not a ski and wheel combination one. Nope, strictly skis only and strictly floats only, along with a modern, sort of a slightly modernized cockpit for the wheel variant as well. So 4 very custom, very unique models are included with this pack, along with a variety of liveries spread across the different model types as well. So this highly detailed rendition of the aircraft includes custom engine coding, custom engine modeling for all major systems, and also the cockpit of the classic version is in German. So you'll be relying heavily on your tooltips or start looking up some of your German. I had to reach back into my depths of my memory for some of my high school German to be able to recall what half the gauges do. But yes, I've flown it. I've loved it. It is an awesome rendition of the aircraft. What I also really want to endorse as well is the price. Like, this is a incredibly detailed simulation of this aircraft with its flight characteristics, flight dynamics, engine operations. Couple of bugs to it that I found, particularly with the engine start sequence. They're not you can get past them, but there are definitely it might be user error. I will own that. It could be user error, but I definitely had a couple of gremlins following the checklist. But overall, still a highly different rendition. Very, very good operational aircraft to fly. And coming in for the low price of $15 from the Microsoft Flight Simulator in-sim marketplace. To be able to give us such a detailed rendition of the aircraft for such a low price is a huge thing, and it's really, really awesome to see. So, beautiful looking model, very detailed in its operations and its systems as well, systems modeling. So, I feel that Microsoft's sort of definitely thrown down the gauntlet here for giving us a detailed rendition of an aircraft and for the price tag. So, we shall have to see if the rest of the developer community pick it up. But yes, if you want to pick this one up, $15 or your original equivalent, available now from the in Sim Marketplace. Continuing on with another classic aircraft released this week from developer Romantic Wings. So this week, the release of their legendary aircraft pack 1 of the A6M0, which includes both the Japanese fighter, the A6M5, as well along with the A6MN Roof, which was the seaplane fighter variant of the Zero fighter. So this gives us a highly detailed rendition of these aircraft, with custom interiors, custom modeling of all the systems to give us as I said, a highly detailed rendition of it. I think the cockpit, although it is a detailed cockpit, it does look. It looks a little. The textures look a little flat. The modeling looks good, but the textures do look a little flat to me. Might just be me, but as I said, it is a little bit interesting for that. What the other interesting part is that with this release is not only do you get a seaplane along with a land or sort of a wheeled aircraft, you get 9 different liveries for the Zero, along with 2 liveries for the seaplane option as well. You also get some custom ground vehicles and custom updated airports are included with this as well, along with a custom aircraft carrier, sort of fixed position aircraft carrier, Akagi and Kaga are both included in this release as well. So a lot going on in this pack for this one, and looking pretty good. And I've got to admit, it's really cool to see this aircraft release in the sim. The seaplane variant, I think for me, it's nice seeing seaplanes. Like I have a soft spot for seaplanes. Really loving this one. But as I said, you get these variety of ground clutter. You get the custom. You get custom updated airports along with fixed positions for the carriers. Unfortunately, the carriers, you can do carrier landings on them, but there's no arrestor gear, so you will have to be careful of that one if you are sort of landing on that. But you do have some start locations if you're wanting to take on and challenge yourself with your landing skills, takeoff and landing skills on ships. So you can pick this one up from Just Flight for $27 or original equivalent, available now from Just Flight. Moving on to a rotary winged entry for a new aircraft this week. I saw this week the release of a native H60 project onto flightsim.to from developer Destroyer 121. So this aims to bring to life a Black Hawk, or the MH or the UH, or the H60 family of helicopters into Microsoft Flight Simulator. For now, it is stressed this is in an alpha state, so they are looking for developers and artists who are looking to contribute and potentially grow the project as time goes on. It does include sort of custom operational electrical systems, custom 3D models for 2 variants, including the MH60 Romeo naval variant and the UH60 Black Hawk, sort of more traditional sort of ground variant. Each comes with 4 liveries for the MH60 Romeo and 7 liveries for the UH60, and this is available now. What is interesting is the developer has also incorporated the Airland external flight model system for use with this helicopter as well. So for those who are wanting to get their flight dynamics in, to get their fix of their flight dynamics, you'll be able to benefit from that with this release as well. And if you pick this up, of course, this is a freeware release to the community, available now from flightsim.to. In another classic aircraft release this week, developer Airplane Heaven sort of ambushed the community a little bit by following up their recent release of the Spitfire Mark 1A with their release of their Electra 10A for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this one, much like their Spitfire Mark 1A, is a sort of carryover from their old work in the legacy ESP sims by bringing it now over into the Microsoft Flight Simulator world. So it has been updated, but it includes a highly detailed 3D model, both internally and externally. It does, like some of their other releases, include both the classic gauges, but also hidden modern avionics suites as well. So you can choose to use modern systems if you want, but you do have just the classic gauges as well if you're wanting a more period experience. So a nice opportunity to balance for pilots who are wanting different types of challenges from their experience. Includes custom special effects as well, opening passenger passenger. Probably the one interesting thing that the developer flags here is that they are using as I said, and this is where it became very obvious that it is a port over from their legacy release, is that they are using their old legacy audio files, which while they are authentic engine sounds, they are not compliant with the WWise standard, which is the default settings in Microsoft Flight Simulator. As such, you may have some directional issues when listening to it. The developer has left open the possibility that they may upgrade that at a future point, and we'll have to see if that happens or not. So, a bit of a sort of the only sort of downside of this release that I can see so far. But if you want to pick this one up and add this to your collection, you can pick it up for $32 or original equivalent, available now from Aeroplane Heaven. Continuing on with other Microsoft Flight Simulator releases this week, developer Perfect Flight came out with their latest Scenic Tour, the Bush Trip series, by releasing the Andes Scenic Tour. So this gives this one's a bit interesting. This one, instead of releasing sort of 3 or 4 sort of bush trips, sort of covering an area. This one is a single bush trip for this one, but covers a lot of ground. This one, so this gives you 41 legs, covering over 4,000 nautical miles, is included with this release. Along with that, you've also got a livery of the default caravan is also included as well, to give you a little bit of an extra aircraft to be able to fly when you're doing this one. And if you wanted to pick this one up and add it to your collection, you can pick this up for $12 or your original equivalent, available now from Perfect Flight. Continuing on with releases for Microsoft Flight Simulator, moving into the world of scenery releases now, developer Godzone has released their edition of Terry Airport in New Zealand. Minimal information about this. This is just a small GA sort of grass strip operating sort of in New Zealand with some sort of custom buildings here. There's literally nothing about this, but from looking at the screenshots provided by the developer, it does look like all airport buildings have been modelled and PBR applied throughout. It does what it says on the tin, and yeah, if you wanted to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $10 or your original equivalent, available now from Godzone. In another airport release, this time from developer from Aerosoft, from developer Starport Sceneries, so this week the release of their edition of St Mary's Airport in the Scilly Isles. So this is the interesting thing of being the westernmost airport in the United Kingdom, by sitting in the Scilly Isles, or the Isles of Scilly, just off the Cornwall coast. So this one is interesting. Actually, I've been to this airport in the default airport that's in the sim, and the island had a few issues following the UK update, which I believe have been corrected now by Asobo. But yeah, this one gives us a accurate airport layout as the airport appears in 2020, including custom modelling of all airport buildings and custom clutter objects included throughout, along with a handmade terrain mesh for the entire main island, which is also really, really good to be able to do that, and designed to blend directly in with the Sim's main environment, and fully compatible with Microsoft Flight Simulator's World Update 3 UK and Ireland. So you can pick this one up for $12 or your original equivalent, available now from Aerosoft. In another Aerosoft published release from developer ClearProp Studios, so this week the release of their first Microsoft Flight Simulator product of Moosburg auf die Kippe Airport in Germany. So this is one of 6 airfields in the area, this one with the ICAO Echo Delta Papa India, and is a small grass strip uncontrolled runway, uncontrolled airport just north of Munich. Is the home to a glider club, as well as a hub for a variety of GA operations as well. So this airport gives us the detailed rendition as it appears in 2021, including all airport buildings and trains and local areas, including some custom POIs nearby as well, including the Asch Castle and the Zolling Power Station are also included as well. And you can pick this one up for $6 or your original equivalent, available now from Aerosoft. Moving out of Microsoft Flight Simulator, moving into the world of the legacy ESP sims now, from Prepared, developer Jetstream Designs released their rendition this week of Toulouse Blanc Airport in France. So this airport is home to a variety of airlines, both budget and mainline carriers, serving domestic routes in France as well as international routes throughout Europe and beyond. It is also the home to the Airbus, one of Airbus's main factories as well. The developer has given us a detailed rendition of the airport as it appears at the end of 2020, including custom configuration manager, custom custom model 3D buildings for all airport buildings, along with custom 4K textures used throughout as well. Incorporates SODE capabilities for jetway interaction with aircraft, and a variety of surrounding buildings, including a rendition of the Airbus factories included as well. I did notice what's kind of interesting, this one, is that it also includes a variety of static aircraft in various stages of construction as well. So you can actually sort of get these, you can actually see aircraft still in their primer and stuff like that as well. So this is a nice touch with an airport like this. So if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $20 or your original equivalent, available now from Flightbeam Store. Moving out of the ESP world and moving into the world of X-Plane, developer Thai Models released their rendition of Paris's Charles de Gaulle Airport for X-Plane 11. So this rendition of the airport takes on the appearance of the airport and the start of 2021, including a full rendition of the interior of Terminal 3, with all other airport buildings externals are modelled as well. Includes custom high-quality PBR textures with 4K textures used throughout the system as well. Includes a variety of custom auto-gen around the airport and updated land class for the land usage as well. And you pick this one up for $30 or your original equivalent, available now from xplane.org. In another scenery release for X-Plane 11, developer Xometry released their rendition of Victorville Airport in the United States. Now, this is an interesting airport, this one. So this one is sort of like a civilian equivalent to Amarak, really, with the fact that this is where a lot of civilian aircraft go to die. But also during the pandemic, many aircraft have gone here in terms of arriving here for long-term storage as well. So this airport gives us accurate rendition of the airport as it appears in 2021, but also gives a pre-pandemic version with less of the less static aircraft in the sim as well. Includes all airport buildings modelled in 4K PBR texturing, variety of detailed ground clutter, and a variety of aircraft in various states of deconstruction as well, and custom ortho imagery for the surrounding area. Look, overall, this one looks pretty good from the imagery in the video that I've seen here. However, it looks, I don't know what it is, but some of the objects don't cast shadows. I know it's a small thing, but it's something that immediately drew my attention. I was like, that is odd. Like, most of the objects cast shadows from the, because of beautiful long lighting shots they're including here for the publicity shots. But there are a lot of objects that also, well, not a lot, but some objects that don't, and that really throws me. A small thing, I know, but it's just something that I noticed. Anyway, so if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $22 or your original equivalent, available now from AnyBuild Store. Moving out of flight simulation and moving into simulation of the permanent way, this week we saw the annual reboot of Train Simulator with the release of Train Simulator 2022. For those of you who've been watching a long time, you'll know, or if you know anything about Train Sim, you'll know that this happens every year. It just simply gets, they simply peel off they just slip a new sticker on the end of the year and call it done. So if you're a new purchaser of Train Simulator though, you'll be picking up, this is the new base pack with some different tracks. You'll pick up now the Northeast Corridor, Washington DC to Baltimore route, the Frankfurt Koblenz route, and Birmingham Cross City line, Litchfield to Bromsgrove and Greenwich line will be your options here. Otherwise, it's the same sim. Nothing's changed. Most of your DLC will continue working. Yeah, it does what it says on the tin. Existing owners, you got upgraded, but you didn't get the additional. You don't get the different. Any core sim changes you got received. There doesn't look like there were any this year, and you didn't get anything. So, yeah, I don't know. Why do they just not focus everything on Train Simulator, like Train Sim World 2? Like, why do they not just focus on that? Anyway, so $30 for new users, available now from Steam. Continuing on with Train Simulator, though, we saw a new route add-on get added in as well. This time they added in the Bahnstrecke Strasbourg to Karlsruhe route. So this is an interesting sort of cross-border route from France to Germany, and gives you a new 70 miles of route from Strasbourg in France to Offenburg and Karlsruhe in Germany, along with the subsidiary lines to Ettlingen and Drummersheim. Includes 28 authentically detailed train stations, expensive yards outside of the main terminals, along with a variety of customer train traffic with dense passenger and freight services, with regional, intercity, high-speed and cross-border traffic all modelled and included. Along with that, you get a variety of custom rolling stock, including the BR186, the TGV Euro Duplex, the Deutsche Bahnhof BR 406 101 146.2, and the ICE 2 electric motive unit as well, along with some more additional rolling stock, and 7 career scenarios and 3 railfan mode scenarios included as well. So for this one, you pick it up for $40 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. And finally, rounding out the NovaWrap for this week, I saw this week the release for OMSI 2, the latest bus release of the Bolloré Blue Bus Pack Electro Bus. So this is an interesting pack, this one. This is based off a bus which has been driving around since last year in Brittany, in the French city of Rennes, where it's the first designed and built fully electric bus in France. So it's a standard 18-meter articulated bus, but yeah, it's a fully electric powered bus. It's been in operation, but mostly to collect research data, so they can sort of look at where do they go here, from here for the future of electric buses. So you get that bus modeled along with 2 other variants as well. 2 12-meter additional variants are included as well, so you can integrate this more with your full OMSI 2 network. So both a accurate recreation of the actual bus, along with 2 sort of what ifs if it gets done for the 12-meter version as well. And if you want to add this to your collection, you can add this one for $13 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. And with that, folks, that does now round out the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these videos and want to see more. And, of course, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by following me on Facebook and on Twitter and on Twitch. Just search NovaWing24. All right, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.